What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Derek D. Wild, man. Today, we're going over another game from my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. It's a game from one of my favorite players, African American players, International Master Emory Tate. I think this game's played at the North American Open. Emory Tate had the white pieces, so we're gonna go over it. It was a Sicilian defense, very attacking game. And if you're not familiar with Emory Tate, y'all know he's probably one of the most tactical, explosive chess players that ever made it to GM. So let's check it out. Emory Tate played E4. His opponent went C5, Knight F3, E6. This is the standard Sicilian. D4, CX D4, Knight X D4. Now we're getting into the open Sicilian. If you're not familiar with the Sicilian, there's many different variations of it. You got the E6 variation, A6, Knight F6, Queen C7, Knight C6. These are the normal moves. The Sicilian defense, to me, is one, and it's been said is the strongest response and the most aggressive response to E4. So we got a Sicilian defense, con defense, A6, Knight C3. Remember, fight for the center, develop your pieces. Queen C7. Apologize. Black is fighting for flexibility. F4, Knight C6, Bishop B3, B5. Maybe B5 was played just in case if White was trying to castle long, get like a easy attack, queen side attack. Queen F3, Bishop B7, Bishop D3, Knight F6. Like I said in all my videos, look at all White's pieces. All his pieces are developed, and his next move is to get castle. Like I always say, fight for the center, develop your pieces. Knights before bishops get castle. So Emory Tate has done that. He's developed all his pieces. All his pieces are communicating. They're talking to each other. They're active. They're not passive. Oh, my bad. Let me go back. Made a mistake. Let me go back to my position. Apologize. So like I said, all his pieces are developed. They're not passive. They're active. They're on the go. And I always say this, when you got an active piece, you can also attack and defend at the same time. So he castles long, Bishop E7, Black the same way, Knights develop, Bishops develop. He's ready to get castled. This is the opening phase of the game. A lot of this is like theory. And then after we get out to the opening, we get into the middle game where you see the strategic plans, concepts, and all that other good stuff come together. King B1. When you castle queen side, it's different between castle and king side because your king is excuse me, under the weather. Your king is kind of not like protected really, so you have to just like waste the tempo just to get it in front of these pawns. And also, you notice if you castle long, this A pawn is still kind of undefended. So King B1 is like a normal move. B4, that's a normal move in the Sicilian defense, chasing the C3 knight away because majority of the time it's protecting the E4 and the D5 square. So knight E2, D5, fighting in the center. Striking in the center, E5, Knight E4, good move, good strong, knight. Maybe he didn't want to capture his knight, Bishop X D4, DX E4, Queen X E4, this bishop on the same diagonal, maybe a knight move or something. So Knight G3, swinging this knight over to the king side, getting his pieces more active because we figure Black is not going to castle queen side. So he's probably going to castle king side or leave his king in the center. So excuse me, this is just getting, to me, in my opinion, getting his pieces over. And if he castles, king side, I can hurry up, Knight H5, G4, all that other good stuff. Knight C5, attacking this white strong bishop. This is a very strong bishop on a very strong diagonal. As you can see, it's on the B1 H7 diagonal. Knight C6, Bishop C6, Bishop X C5. Keeping this strong light square bishop on this diagonal. He did not want to get that bishop up. Bishop X C5. The position is it's equal with White with a slight advantage. He got threats of F5, Knight H5. So far so good from one of my favorite players, Emory Tate. He plays F5, and if you know about Emory Tate, he has a reputation for being one of the most aggressive chess players ever, and you do not want to give him no initiative no chances to attack because he will come after you. So F5 is a very, very good move. And if I was playing this position against somebody like Emory Tate or Emory Tate itself, I would probably be under a lot of pressure to come up with plans to defend this because castling, he probably can bust you open with F6 or FX E6 and all this good stuff. So even though white is slightly favored at 0.4, sitting across from somebody who has a reputation of being so aggressive can be very intimidating to an average player. So he castled, and once he castled, the valuation went up to 3.4. White is completely winning, and just like I said, you do not want to give Emory Tate no initiative because he has no problem throwing no pieces at you. He has one of the most creative chess imaginations I ever saw when it comes to creating attack. So soon as he castled, rook e1, supported the pawn, ex f5, knight x f5. Look at this knight. This knight is on a strong f5 square, controlling this square, this square, this square, this square. Look at this. You got a strong bishop behind it. The queen on the f5 could go here. Your rooks can come over. Look at all this. This is an easy position to play for white. And then look at black pieces here, here. He's castled, but I don't see no plan for black to get no initiative. So he's like a sitting duck in my opinion. Rook fc8. That was I'll say it like this: Rook fc8 is a basic move in the Sicilian, but when you're playing chess, you gotta understand the dynamic of the position. And I think his opponent didn't understand the dynamic of this position because after Rook fc8 was played, and the National Master Emory Tate played Knight g7, a knight sacrifice. And according to the engine, as you can see up here, it's a winning sacrifice. A winning sacrifice. Now you have an open king, sacrificing the knight to the king. And once you sacrifice a piece, you have to have speed on your side. You have to have time on your side to get the job done. So knight x g7, you can't just let the knight sit there because if the knight come back, now you got an open king side with, you know, threats to here, queen g3 check. So it's the only thing that black can play is capture the knight. So king g7, queen f6 check, king f8, e6. E6 worked because the pawn on f7 is pinned. He cannot capture, so he put more pressure on it. e6, bishop d4 was a good move. Just try to get a piece back to get it off the f5. Queen x d4, fx e6. This is weak, but look at this file. Look at this file right here. Look at this open f5. And you always want to put your rooks on an open file. So rook f1 check, king g8, rook f3, or rook lift. Look at this. You can lift the rook here with checks, put another rook over. This strong bishop haven't even moved yet, but it's still on that file. Black is in a lot of trouble, but he tried to keep on fighting it out. e5, queen g4 check. We call this the ladder, cutting off the squares. King can't go here because the rook. So I only got one move to go to. He could go king h8, I apologize, or queen g7. Queen g7 was played. Now after queen g7 was played, take your time, study the board. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to look at this phenomenal piece act that International Master Emory Tate played that pretty much end the game. Notice that these queens are on the same file. They're talking to each other and they're blocking the queen. Rook here on f3. What do you play in this position that pretty much ends the game? And it's also like a common pattern. If you play a lot of chess, a lot of Puzzle Rush, CTR, puzzles on chess.com, whatever, you realize when you play a lot of chess, a lot of positions or similar positions occur. And like I said, I'm giving you a hint. This bishop has never moved. Okay, I'll give you a couple more seconds. Emory Tate played bishop x h7 check, sacrificing the bishop. And it's also mate in 13 on the engine with Stockfish. The queen cannot capture because if the queen moves, which it can't, it allow the king to be in check and you can't put yourself in check. This king cannot come over to the f5 because the rook is open to the f5. So you got two moves. You can either play king h8. So let's just look at king h8. if King H8 is played, Queen here, pretty much game is over. If here is played, Queen F7, H7, Queen F6, King here, Rook H3 check, come here, Queen E6. If King F8 is played, the other rook has come over to F1, that's checkmate. So after here, if Queen goes to F7, Queen E5, threatening checkmate down here, King G7, King E6, Queen E6 check, same thing over, Queen comes over here to F7, Rook G3, King F8, check. It's just typical pattern recognition. If after Bishop, let's go back, Bishop H7, King H7, which was played in the game, it's just a simple pattern. Rook, Queen H5, check. Queen cannot come up because the rook will drop down to the 7th. Queen will fall. Use the other rook down. Checkmate. Box in the it's called like a box out. King H7, Queen H5, King G8, Rook G3. Queen is pinned. Game is over. Game is over. This is a tough position to play. For example, Queen HG3, FXG3, HXG3. I apologize. The Queen is just too strong. The King is not protected. These pieces are all over here at the Queen on the Queen side, not doing nothing. For example, if just look at Black play Rook F8, you got Queen G6, King H8, Rook slide over to H1 checkmate. Even if he tries to run here, you could play something like Rook F1, still come here threatening checkmate, just cut the whole file off. If you just try to block it, Bishop E8, Queen G5, Bishop G6, you can either play here. It's just so many ways you can win this game. So many ways you can win this game. And let's go back to, I think, what was the key position and where, in my opinion, Black lost initiative. And let's go right here. This key position right here. After Bishop XC5, Bishop XC5, and he played F5. After he played F5, he castled. And that's when he let all the pieces get active. Because look at it. When you castle, this knight, look how many pieces are going towards the king side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at Black pieces. 1, 2, 3. But all these pieces are in front of each other on the same file. So castling king side was the key vital point in this game for Black. And even after he castled, Emory Tate played Rook HE1, which was not the best move according to the engine, and he still had a chance of playing. The engine likes G6, G6. He still missed out on it, you know, F6, because you got the dark square bishop. EX F5 was just horrible. Knight X F5. Rook FC8 was another key move that pretty much like lost him the game. And this is why I tell my students, when you playing chess, you got to understand the dynamic, you got to understand the position. This is just a normal move. I would probably make this normal move in the game, not understanding the significance of the position. Because Knight X G7, after Knight X G7, F6 square is weak. The bishop can come over. You get rook lifts. Excuse me. You get rook lifts, and like you said, it's just out. Queen F6, King F8, E6, and just look how active. Even though he's down material, Black pieces are all over here, not doing nothing, not coordinating. So I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope I gave you guys some pointers. Hope you appreciate it. Hope you learned something. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. This your boy Derek D. Wildman, going over another game from the legendary International Master Emory Tate. Have a blessed day. Peace, love, and I'm out.